Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Together. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Paul. It's so great to see you all again.
Paul, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, thanks. It's a beautiful, sunny day here. What about you, Olivia?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I had my coffee this morning, so I'm ready to go. You know I can't start my day without coffee.
That's so true. All right, everyone. Today we have such an important topic for you. We are going to talk about greetings and goodbyes in English.
Yes, this is so essential because greetings and goodbyes are the first and last impressions you make. They're like the doorway to every conversation.
Exactly. Whether you're meeting someone for the first time, calling a friend, or ending an email, you need to know the right words to use. And we're going to teach you how to sound natural in every situation.
We'll show you formal greetings, casual greetings, professional goodbyes, friendly goodbyes, and everything in between. By the end of this lesson, you'll feel so much more confident.
Now, before we start, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this lesson, give us a like and share it with your friends who are learning English. All right, Paul, let's get started. So, Olivia, let's begin with the most basic greetings. What's the most common way to greet someone in English?
Well, the most common greeting is simply hello or hi. Hello is a little more formal, and hi is more casual and friendly. You can use both in most situations.
That's right. For example, when I meet my neighbor in the morning, I say, "Hi, how are you?" It's simple, friendly, and natural.
Perfect. And speaking of how are you, this is super important. In English speaking countries, especially in the US and UK, we almost always follow a greeting with how are you or how's it going?
Yes, and here's something interesting. When someone asks, "How are you?" they don't usually expect a long, detailed answer. It's more like a polite greeting than a real question.
That's a great point, Paul. So the typical response is something short and positive like, I'm good, thanks. How about you? Or, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Exactly. Let me give you a personal example. When I first came to an English-speaking country, someone asked me, "How are you?" And I actually told them about all my problems. I talked for like 5 minutes about my day, and they looked so confused.
Oh no, that's actually a really common mistake for learners.
Yeah, I learned quickly that it's just a polite greeting. Now I just say, "I'm great, thanks. How are you?" And the conversation flows much more naturally.
That's perfect. Now let's talk about time-specific greetings. In English, we change our greetings based on the time of day.
Right, so in the morning, you can say, "Good morning." This works from sunrise until about noon.
Then from noon until evening, we say good afternoon, usually from about 12 p.m. to 5 or 6 p.m.
And in the evening and night, we say, "Good evening." Now, here's a tip. Good evening is a greeting, but we don't say good night as a greeting. Good night is only for saying goodbye, usually before going to bed.
Oh, that's such an important distinction. I remember my student once walked into class at 7 p.m. and said, good night, everyone. We all laughed gently and explained she should say good evening instead.
That's a sweet story. It's a very common mistake. So remember, good evening for greeting, good night for goodbye.
Now, Paul, what about more casual, friendly greetings, like when you see your friends?
Great question. With friends and people your age, you can use more informal greetings. Things like, "Hey," or "Hey there," or "What's up?"
Yes, what's up is super casual and very common, especially among younger people. You can also say, how's it going? Or even just, hey, how are things?
And the response to "What's up?" is usually just "Not much" or "Nothing much. You?" You don't need to give a detailed answer.
Exactly. Sometimes people even just say, hey, back. It's very relaxed and easy.
All right, now let's move to more formal situations. Olivia, what if you're in a business meeting or meeting someone important?
Good question. In professional settings, you want to be a bit more formal. Hello is better than hi in these situations, and you definitely want to use the person's name and title if they have one.
So you might say, hello, Mr. Johnson, or hello, Dr. Smith, or hello, Professor Williams.
Exactly. And when you're meeting someone for the first time in a professional context, there are some specific phrases we use. The most common is nice to meet you or it's nice to meet you.
Right. And you can also say, pleased to meet you, which is a bit more formal, or it's a pleasure to meet you, which is very formal and polite.
Yes, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're at a job interview. The interviewer extends their hand for a handshake and says, "Hello, I'm Sarah Chin." You shake their hand, smile, and say, "Hello, Miss Chin. I'm Olivia. It's nice to meet you."
Perfect example. That sounds professional and polite. Now, what if someone introduces you to another person?
Oh, good one. If someone introduces you and the person says, "Nice to meet you," you respond with, "Nice to meet you too," or "You too. Nice to meet you."
And here's a little mistake to avoid. Don't say nice to meet you too if you've met the person before. I actually did this once. I met someone at a conference and then I saw them again a week later and I said, nice to meet you again.
Oh no.
Yeah, they looked a bit confused and said, we actually met last week. I felt so embarrassed. So now I remember, nice to meet you is only for the first time you meet someone.
That's such a helpful tip, Paul. So if you've met someone before, even if you only met them once, you should say something like, "Good to see you again," or "Nice to see you again."
Exactly. Good to see you or great to see you works perfectly for people you already know.
And in professional emails, we have different greetings too. The most formal is "Dear Mr./Miss/Doctor, last name."
Right, like Dear Ms. Anderson or Dear Dr. Lee. This is very professional and appropriate for formal emails.
But if it's a bit less formal or if you know the person, you can just use "Dear first name" or even "Hello first name."
And if you're writing to a group or you don't know the person's name, you can write Dear Sir or Madam, or to whom it may concern, though that last one is quite formal and old-fashioned.
I prefer "Hello" or "Dear hiring manager" or "Dear team" for group emails. It feels more modern and friendly.
Okay, Olivia, we've talked a lot about greetings. Now let's talk about goodbyes. How do we end conversations naturally?
Yes, goodbyes are just as important as greetings. The most basic and universal goodbye is simply goodbye or the shorter bye.
Right. Goodbye is more formal and bye is casual. You can use bye with friends, family, colleagues. It works almost everywhere.
And you can make it even friendlier by saying bye bye, which sounds warm and cheerful, though this is quite casual and friendly, not for formal situations.
True. Now, we also have see you later, which is very common. You can also say see you soon or just see ya.
Yes, and take care is a really nice way to say goodbye. It shows you care about the person. It's friendly and warm.
That's lovely. Now, what about time-specific goodbyes? We mentioned good night earlier.
Right. So, good night is what you say when someone is going to bed or when you're partying in the evening and won't see them until the next day. Like if you're leaving work at 9 p.m., you'd say good night to your colleagues.
Exactly. And if it's the afternoon and you're leaving, you might say, have a good afternoon, or more commonly, have a good day or have a nice day.
Yes, have a good day is so common. You'll hear this at shops, restaurants, everywhere. When you finish paying at a store, the cashier will often say, "Have a good day."
And the polite response is, you too, or thanks, you too.
Now, let's talk about casual goodbyes with friends. There are so many fun ones. You can say, "Catch you later," or "See ya," or "Later."
Yes, later is super casual, especially among young people. It's short and relaxed. You might say, okay, I gotta go. Later. And your friend responds, later.
I also hear "take it easy" sometimes, like, "All right, man, take it easy." It means relax, don't stress, have a good time. Oh, that's a good one. And if it's the weekend, you might say, have a great weekend. Or on Friday, people love to say, happy Friday or have a good weekend.
Yes, weekend greetings and goodbyes are special. Everyone's excited for the weekend, so there's this positive energy in those goodbyes.
Now, Paul, what about professional goodbyes, like ending a business meeting or professional email?
Good question. In a business meeting, you might say, thank you for your time, or thanks for the meeting, and then have a good day.
Yes, showing appreciation is important. You can say, it was nice speaking with you, or I appreciate your time.
And if you plan to meet again, you can say, I look forward to seeing you again, or looking forward to our next meeting.
Perfect. Now, for emails, we have different closing phrases. The most formal is sincerely or yours sincerely, followed by your name.
Right. Sincerely is very professional. You can also use best regards or just regards, which are also formal but slightly less so.
I personally like best wishes or just best. They're professional, but also friendly and warm.
Me too. And in more casual professional emails, you can use thanks or thank you as a closing, especially if you're asking for something or someone helped you.
Exactly. And with colleagues you know well, you might even just write cheers, which is friendly and common, especially in British English.
All right, Olivia, let's talk about some special situations. What about phone greetings? How do you answer the phone in English?
Oh, great question. Phone greetings are a bit different. If it's a personal call and you see who's calling, you might answer with, hey, or hi, John, using the person's name.
Right, but if you don't know who's calling, you usually answer more formally. You might say, hello, or hello, this is Paul, especially for professional calls.
Yes, in professional contexts, it's important to identify yourself. So you answer, hello, this is Olivia, or good morning, this is Olivia speaking.
And if you're calling someone, you should also introduce yourself. Like, hello, this is Paul from ABC Company. May I speak with Mr. Johnson?
Perfect. And to end a phone call, we have some specific phrases too. You might say, thanks for calling, or it was nice talking to you.
Right. And then you say, talk to you soon or speak to you later before saying bye.
Yes, talk to you soon is so common on the phone. It's friendly and natural.
Now, here's an interesting cultural observation. In some cultures, goodbyes are very short and quick. But in English speaking cultures, especially in the US, goodbyes can take a while.
Oh, that's so true, Paul. We often have what I call the goodbye dance. You know, where you say goodbye, but then you keep talking, and then you say goodbye again.
Ha, yes. Like you're at the door ready to leave someone's house and you say, okay, I should get going. But then you talk for another 10 minutes. Then you say, all right, I really need to go and talk some more.
Exactly. This is so common. We might say, well, I should probably go now, or I don't want to take up more of your time, and then continue chatting.
It's funny because we're being polite and showing we enjoyed the conversation, but it can make goodbyes quite long.
True. So if you're in this situation, don't worry. It's normal. You can say, it was really great seeing you, or thanks for having me, and start moving toward the door.
Good advice. Now, let me share another cultural observation. In many English speaking countries, we often use greetings even with strangers we pass on the street.
Oh, yes. If you're walking in a neighborhood or on a hiking trail, it's normal to say hi or good morning to people you pass, even if you don't know them.
Right. I remember being surprised by this when I first experienced it. A stranger smiled and said, beautiful day, isn't it? And I was confused at first, but now I love it. It makes communities feel friendly.
It's such a nice custom. It doesn't mean you need to have a long conversation, just a quick smile and hi or morning as you pass by.
Exactly. And in elevators, it's polite to say hi when you enter and have a good day when you exit.
Yes, small polite greetings make a big difference in how friendly you seem.
Now, one more special situation. What about when you're leaving a party or gathering?
So if you're leaving a party, you should try to say goodbye to the host for sure. You might say, "Thank you so much for having me," or "Thanks for inviting me. I had a wonderful time."
Yes, showing gratitude to the host is important. You can say, everything was lovely, or the food was delicious. Thank you.
And if it's a big party and you can't say goodbye to everyone individually, it's okay to just wave and say, "Bye, everyone. Thanks for a great night."
Right. But if it's a small gathering, it's more polite to say goodbye to each person individually.
Good point. And here's a phrase people use when leaving: "I'm going to head out," or "I think I'm going to take off." It's casual and natural.
Oh, yes, I'm gonna head out is so common. Like, it's getting late, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for everything.
Perfect. That sounds natural and polite.
Wow, Olivia, we covered so much today. Let's review the important points for our learners.
Yes. So first, we learned about basic greetings. Remember, hello and hi are your go-to greetings. Hello is more formal, hi is casual.
Right. And we learned time-specific greetings like good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Remember, good night is only for goodbye, not for greeting.
Exactly. And we learned that how are you is a polite greeting, not always a real question. Keep your answer short and positive. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
We also covered formal professional greetings like nice to meet you for the first time and nice to see you or good to see you for people you've met before.
Yes. And for goodbyes, we learned goodbye or bye are basic, see you later and take care are friendly, and have a good day is polite and common.
We learned phone-specific language like this is Paul speaking and talk to you soon for ending calls.
And email closings, sincerely for very formal, best regards for professional, best wishes or best for professional but friendly, and thanks for casual professional.
We also talked about cultural things like the goodbye dance and greeting strangers in neighborhoods or on trails.
The key to sounding natural is to match your greeting to the situation. Formal for business and people you don't know well, casual for friends and family.
And practice. Start using these greetings and goodbyes every day. Even practice in the mirror or with yourself. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone understands that you're learning and people appreciate the effort.
Remember, greetings and goodbyes are your first and last impression. They set the tone for the whole conversation. So take a moment to get them right, and you'll feel so much more confident.
Well, Paul, I think that's everything for today.
This was such a fun lesson. I hope everyone learned a lot and feels ready to use these greetings and goodbyes in real life.
Me too. And remember, everyone, English is all about practice. Try using these phrases this week with friends and emails, on the phone, anywhere you can.
Absolutely. And if you enjoyed this lesson, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We create new English lessons every week to help you improve.
Yes, and share this video with your friends who are learning English. Learning together is more fun.
Now we want to hear from you. Here's a question for the comments. What's your favorite way to say goodbye in English? Do you prefer see you later, take care, or something else?
Yes, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell us which greeting or goodbye you use most often, or if you learned something new today.
And if you have questions about any of the phrases we taught today, ask us in the comments. We read them all and we love helping you learn.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and learning with us today. Keep practicing, stay positive, and remember, you're doing great.
We'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, take care and keep learning.
Goodbye for now.
See you next time.
Bye.